Hey, Lorraine Bracken here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Thrive Architect's landing pages. Now, this video is specifically for beginners who is looking to start their first landing page and they just don't know exactly how to go about it. Now, more importantly, I'm going to be talking about why you need one in the first place and what the whole purpose or goal of landing pages are. Also, I'm going to be showing you what you need before you even start creating your landing page. And we'll go through then the features within Thrive Architect, the really important ones that you must have, and also the additional ones that just help increase conversions. And we'll go through the pros and cons of Thrive Architect and whether it is worth the money. And if you're new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification for future videos where I share honest reviews and tips about making money online. Okay, so what do we need before we even start setting up our landing pages? Well, the first thing is we need to have our WordPress website set up. So you need to have your domain name picked, your hosting, everything all done and dusted before creating any landing page. Now, whether that be with Thrive Architect or another page builder, but we need to have that all done. Now, the second thing is we need an email provider for our autoresponder so we collect emails. Now, it is a very important step to collect emails, and I'll explain this in more detail in a minute. Now, another thing we need to do is set up our pages for our privacy policy and disclosure pages within WordPress. Now, a privacy policy, it's a legal requirement to have on your landing pages, especially when you're collecting personal information from people such as their email details. And last but not least, we have our offer, which is, have we got something that we want to offer as an affiliate? Or do you have a webinar that you want someone to register for? Or maybe you have an ebook that you can provide someone as a lead magnet, or video training that shows them step by step how to do something in your particular niche. Now, as a beginner starting out, you're trying to learn the whole process, and it can be overwhelming when you're trying to piece all this together. So when it comes to webinars and ebooks and video trainings, these features within Thrive Architect that you can incorporate will come down the line. So if you're starting out, then more than likely affiliate marketing will be the easiest and best option, and that's what we're going to focus on here in this video. And by the way, if you're interested in affiliate marketing and you want to know the step-by-step process on how to get it started the right way, go to the link below in the description. It'll bring you on to some amazing free training that will get you started today. Alright, so I've done a diagram here just to show you the process from beginning to end when we're actually building our landing pages with Thrive Architect or any other theme builder. As a beginner, this may seem daunting, but believe me, it's not that complicated when you break it down. Really, why we need an opt-in page or a landing page to begin with, we need to collect email addresses. And there's a number of reasons why you need to collect email addresses. And number one, because you can build a better relationship with your subscribers. They get to know, like, and trust who you are. And then when you have future offers, they're more likely to buy from you because they know what kind of products you promote. And as long as you promote good quality products, that's the key here. Provide good quality products to your audience. They're going to trust you and buy from you again in the future. That is how you build a long-term business. And the second reason why it's important to build an email list is because people are really busy these days. So you know from yourself when you're actually out and about and you come across something on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest or YouTube, whatever platform, and you are interested in the offer, but then you get distracted because you're in the middle of cooking dinner or you are going to work or whatever, and then you forget about it. Whereas if somebody captured my email initially, then they have the opportunity to email me about that offer again, put the idea back in my head and go, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Then I go on to the sales page and buy the offer at a later date. Now, when it comes to the opt-in page or the landing page, it really needs to be designed in a way that is very simplistic, to the point. It has a clear call to action as to what the subscriber is going to gain from entering their email address. When it comes to the bridge page, it's not an essential page to have in your funnel, but it is highly recommended. But as a beginner, it may be overwhelming and you can directly send them to the sales page. So for example, if you have a Clickbank offer that you want to promote, You collect their email address and then send them directly to the affiliate offer in Clickbank. Now, when it comes to the features within Thrive Architect, I'm going to go through the ones that are a must-have on any theme builder, whichever one you pick, whether it be Thrive Architect or another page builder. And then I'll show you additional features that Thrive Architect offer that help you increase conversions on your page. First and foremost, our main goal with our opt-in page or landing page is to collect emails. So having the ability to have an opt-in form on our landing page is crucial. And the second thing is we need to be able to link our privacy policy and disclosure pages from our opt-in page. And then the third thing, especially if you're in Europe, you need to have an option to say that we are GDPR compliant by giving the person the ability to tick a box to confirm they're okay with collecting their email address. And the next one is we need to be able to integrate our page builder with our autoresponder. You're going to have to get an autoresponder. I use GETRESPONSE. There are plenty of others, but it's important to pick a good quality autoresponder. And then lastly, you need to have the ability to optimize your landing page on mobiles. Here are some of the additional features you don't need in the beginning, but they are definitely additional features that will enhance your landing pages. For example, you're going to have countdown timers, and then there's going to be different icons you can add to your page. And then there's fill counters and progress bars, which is very nicely done when there is actually a limited amount of time or there's a limited amount of spaces available. And you can see the progress bar going down and down and down. And it helps the person realize, okay, I only have enough time to opt in if I get in now. And then there's toggle headlines, video sales letters. This is really good if you have a bridge page and you want to provide a video on the particular product before sending them on to the offer. And then there's testimonial boxes and just different ways to structure your landing page if you want to have a more extensive, longer page. Okay, so now I'm on Clickbank. I'm going to pick a product here and we're going to use that as an example of what we're going to promote in our opt-in page. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and select videos. When I go to the sales page, you can read through the product details and see is it good quality. You can check it out and see is it actually going to help your audience. If you feel it is not suitable or it's bad quality, skip it and move on to another one. The important thing is that you are promoting good quality products to your audience in order to build a long-term business. Alright, now I'm in my WordPress dashboard, and when you sign up for Thrive Architect, it's going to show up on the left-hand side under Thrive Dashboard, and all the plugins or whatever you have bought or purchased will show up in here. I'm a Thrive Suite member, so I get access to all their plugins. But for Thrive Architect, all we need to do is we go to our pages and we say add new. There are two things we need to do on this page, and the first one is we need to add a title. So I'm going to call it videos, as that is the name of the product that we're going to promote. And the second thing here is in the permalinks section, you can put in your URL slug. So if you have your domain name, mine is thedigitalexplorer.com and then /videos. You select whatever name you want at the end of your URL. And once you have that done, that's pretty much us finished on this page. We go ahead and select Launch Architect. Now I'm given 4 options here. Now if you don't have the Thrive membership, this first option won't show up. We'll only have 3 available, whether that be a blank page with header and footer, a complete blank page, or a pre-built landing page. Now if you want a real easy way to set up your landing pages, you can go with the pre-selected landing page. On the left hand side we have option for smart landing pages and the legacy landing pages. The legacy ones are the more older version ones. The smart ones are the ones where you can customize in your global fields in WordPress. What we'll do is we'll just build one from scratch so you know exactly how the whole process works. I'm back in the section here where we can create whichever template we want. So I'm going to go ahead and select complete blank page. On the right hand side here we have all the different options available in Thrive Architect. You can add your elements from here. They give you all the list of different elements you can add. Like I mentioned before, you have your countdown. You can even add your credit card so somebody can pay by credit card if that is what you want. Countdown timers, and then you have your dividers, Google Maps, your fill counter icons, your progress bar, and your style list. So you can customize your page whatever way you want. But in the beginning, when we're actually looking for someone to opt in, simplicity is best, in my opinion. We need to create a headline that grabs attention and delivers a message very fast so that someone understands right away what they're going to get by providing their email address. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enter a text box, and that's going to be for our headline. And we select text and we drag it into the screen and drop it here. Now the next block we need is an actual opt-in form. So we go back to the elements and we select lead generation. Here it is right here, and then we drag it onto the page. Thrive Architect now are giving us the options of different templates we can use, whether it be opt-in form, contact forms, or application forms. For this particular example, we'll stick with opt-in forms. You can select any one of these you like. We'll stick with this one right here. Now, and the last section we need is another text box. So we go back into the elements, go back to the top and select text and drag it underneath our opt-in form. So that's our structure of our landing page. Now, the next thing we need to do is figure out what text we want to put in as our headline. And the best way to go about this is go back to the sales page of the product that you are promoting and get inspiration from there. Videos is an animation software, so for our headline, we could use something like this. Discover how you can create breathtaking animations in 3 easy clicks and look like a pro. I'll go ahead and actually enter that headline in here in the text bar. Now, once we have our text box in, what we can do is we can center it and we can also highlight it and bold it. And also down here on the left hand side, we see font size, and we can increase the font size to whatever way we want. And then the line height, we can amend that as we want as well. And then the letter spacing, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Now I just want to quickly show you the different options they give you down here. So we have the layout. We can amend where our page starts, as you can see right there. You can adjust it there, and then the inside box, you can change where it actually starts as well. And then as we go down, you can have a background style. So you can have an actual solid color. You can have an image if you want, or else a gradient or a pattern. So you can change this up. Let's say now you want it congruent with this page here and you want to have some sort of image in the background. You can select one from here and choose an image, upload it and enter it in the background. For this example, we'll just select a color, and I'll go ahead and select a grey color to match this background here. That looks okay. And then select apply. And for this color to match in our footer, it might be a good idea to actually copy this template and select it and bring this down to the bottom section. And how you do that is you can move it right here and bring it down underneath your opt-in form. And now it's under our opt-in form, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete the column I had entered at the beginning. I'm going to X out all this information here. We can go ahead and change the color of this text so that it pops a bit more, and we go into the color and then we can select a white color. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter our privacy policy link on our page. Now you can do that for your disclosures exactly the same way, but I'm just going to show you the process. So I type in privacy policy. Okay, this is way too big, so we can reduce the size just like the other ones and decrease the size. And maybe make it white as well. Okay, and now what we can do is we just highlight the text and we can go back up here and go to our link. Once you set up your privacy policy page within WordPress and your contact us page or whatever sort of page you want to link off to, especially the privacy policy page, once you have that set up in WordPress, you can easily find that by Googling privacy policy and adjusting the details in there to include your website name, and then you'll be able to add them details in as a page on WordPress. So you can go back in here and highlight your privacy policy, and then you can link it to whatever URL page you have set up in WordPress. And the last step we have here is our opt-in form. So when we click on the opt-in form, we're given the option here on the left-hand side to make amendments. As you can see here, your name and then johndoe@gmail.com. You cannot delete that one, but you can delete the name one if you want and just ask for an email. You're given the option to change the color of the sign-up bar and send leads to add connection. This is where you send your leads with your autoresponder. So I'm with GETRESPONSE and that's why it's showing up here. And as I scroll down, you're given the option you can put in a target URL. So if you have a product like in Clickbank, like videos that you want to promote, you get your affiliate link and you can put it in here and it'll redirect them onto that page once they've entered their email details. Now, if you want to change any sort of amendments here on the actual form itself, you can do that by scrolling up here by selecting Edit Form Elements. And once you're in this editing stage, you can change the text in the name, you can change the email details, and also you can change what call to action you want in your button. So for example, I could say get access now. And also we can increase the size of the wording so everyone can see it better. And once you're happy with the format of this, then what you can do is select done and it's changed and ready to go. Also the same as your text box, you can change where your form starts by going into layout and positions and amending it so that it's not too clunky and it's not too squashed up. On the bottom here, you'll see this is what it looks like on desktop. And then this is going to be what it looks like on your tablet. And then this one here is for your mobile. And you can change all these details around size and everything to make sure that it's mobile optimized and it won't affect your main page on desktop. Now, it's important when you're doing your work all along that you keep saving your work, because if you forget and log out, you will have lost everything if you didn't save it. So I'm going to go ahead and select Save Work. What I'm going to do now is we'll preview it. And this is how it looks at the minute. And as you can see, it's very, very easy to create. Now, there are different things I would do to this if this was a real landing page to make it more professional looking. But you get the gist of how you can create these very easily with Thrive Architect. Now, like I mentioned before, they do have the different additional elements you can use for your page. And I want to just show you some of them here. Okay, so we have a countdown timer and you can add that in. It'll give you options then of what type of timer, countdown timer you want, whether it be flipping, sliding or static. And we can go with this one here and it just automatically brings it into your page. And you can customize it as well, the same as all the other elements. We can drag it up and down. We can change the size of the box, we can reduce it if we want, and then we can put in the date it's ending, and then down to the hours and minutes. We'll take a look at some of the other features. We'll take a look at some of the divide. You can put in a divider here if you want to separate the page. We can put in an icon, and you've all these options here you can choose from. And we can put in a table, and then it'll show us all the different tables you can use. So for example, we could use this one if you wanted to have a more extensive sort of a page that goes into more detail on how a product works, and you have different tabs. So as you can see, you can really easily actually build out a page very quickly, and all you need really is the content then for the page. Alright, so onto the Thrive Architect pros. What I really like about Thrive Architect are the pre-made templates. They're very professional and you can amend them very easily, which is ideal for beginners when they've never even created one before, and it's a great option just to amend a few details and you'll be able to get a landing page up and running fairly quickly. Now, as it is beginner friendly, although you do have still some learning curve, like anything brand new, you will have to try and find your way around a bit. Now, you can customize your own pages to make them unique, so they're not going to be like everyone else's. So, and also they have the smart pages. You can set up your different pages within the global fields in WordPress, and select that option when you're setting up a page, and you don't have to go through the same process over and over again because it's already saved in global fields. And lastly, you can create multiple CTAs. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can actually have a call to action for pretty much anything you want, and Thrive Architect will allow that. And onto the cons of Thrive Architect, you can only use Thrive Architect or any other plugins on WordPress. So if you don't have a WordPress website, you won't be able to use their plugin. Also, when you're saving your work, if you forget to do it, you will lose everything. It doesn't automatically save. However, it does give you a warning every now and again to save your work. So that's really important. If you spent a lot of time working on your page and forgot to save it, it's all gone. And now onto the cost, and is Thrive Architect worth the money? For one license, it costs $67, or you can have 5 licenses for $97 with 1 year support. However, if you're a Thrive member, it's $19 per month or $228 annually for the entire suite of plugins. In my opinion, that is the better option because you get so much more availability and features with the entire suite than just the one plugin alone. But if you're only starting out and you only want a page builder, then Thrive Architect with the one license, $67, is definitely a good way to go. And that about covers it. I hope I covered all the questions you may have about Thrive Architect. And if I haven't, as always, leave a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please make sure to check out these other videos on screen and consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. And I will see you guys on the next video.